So today we're removing the front bumper off this Acura TL. I will have this listed on our website at Carsntoys.net under auto repair and in the body shop section on the site. Additionally, I will have a separate playlist for any Acura TL owner out there. Look in the description box below. I'll have a separate link for various repair videos just for the Acura TL. Now in this case we're just removing the bumper. I won't be showing a reinstallation video just because I need to work with the HIDs on this vehicle and the wiring is a little funky, so I need to go over everything. But once you remove the bumper, you'll be able to easily reinstall it. It's a good idea if you can get someone to help you. It's not necessary, but it does help out a little bit. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's begin. So we're going to start by removing these engine covers. You have one here on the right hand side, or the passenger side. They're just held in by clips and pins. And then you have one right above the battery. Now the other thing I'm going to do is remove the negative terminal on the battery. The only reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to take any chances with the front airbag sensor, and just rather be safe than sorry. So once we do that, let's go ahead and tackle the front bumper here. Looking underneath the car, right here you have two 10mm bolts. Let me give you a perspective of what we're looking at, where we're looking at. Of course, this is the front bumper right in the middle. So this is the driver's side. Opposite side would, of course, be the passenger side. And you have these two 10mm bolts. There should be a plastic piece here. It's called a front strake. And it clips into this air dam. And it's missing. Now, this is an aftermarket front bumper, so whomever installed it did not reinstall the front strake. So in your car, if everything is factory, you'll see a piece of plastic here, also on the opposite end, which I'll show you in a minute. So you need to remove these two bolts and unclip it. In this case, we still have to remove the bolts because it's holding on the front bumper. But again, on your car, if everything is factory, just remove the plastic front strake from the vehicle. So these are, again, 10mm. So this is the driver's side. So we removed the two front on the driver's side. There's also another set on the passenger side I've already removed. Now if you have the factory front bumper as well, you have this front air guide that the bumper bolts into. In this case, again, this is aftermarket, so it doesn't have that connection. But for the factory, you have 5 10mm bolts. Just remove these bolts and that will unclip the bottom of the front bumper. Now what I'm going to do, just because this is an aftermarket kit, is I'm going to go around the entire body. For example, there's another one right here. I'll go around the fender well. In other words, I want to make sure that I get all of the bolts holding on this bumper, because this is aftermarket, so the connections may be a little bit different. I have no idea who did this bumper. So I just want to make sure that I get every bolt, and then we'll move up top. You have some clips, and then we should be able to pull off this front bumper. Now looking at the inner fender wall, of course, here's your tire, which you can remove if you wish. But right here you have a clip, and there's another clip down here. I'll show you on the driver's side. It's a little bit easier to film. But you have this clip here. You have a couple of these clips actually that we're going to remove. And I can't stand these clips because they do break quite easily. But what you have to do is get a flathead, and on both ends you have to carefully pry. Let me see if I could do this so you guys can see it. Pry the end, or pry the top off. You just have to play with it for a little bit, and there you go. And then on the driver's side, again, we have one clip right there, and then you have another one, a little hard to see, right there. Once you remove these two plastic tabs where the front bumper and the fender meet, slightly push back, and right there you'll see a 10mm bolt. So remove that on both sides. The other thing I noticed, and I can't tell you if this is the way it is on the factory bumper, but there's another mounting point right here. So I'm just going to remove the bolt. This looks hacked to me. I don't think the factory front bumper has this connection, to be honest. But if anyone wants to confirm that, fantastic. And there you go. But what I need to definitely do is remove this guy on the driver's side and the passenger side. And there you go. Now before we go back on top, we just want to go over the bottom here, make sure that we removed all of the bolts, which it looks like we have. Let me check the other side over here. And it looks like I have everything. Again, don't forget those clips at the fender well and the inner fender well. And let's go back on top. Now you have some more clips for this front cover. Okay. Now once you remove all of the bolts, all of the pins, the only thing left holding on the bumper are these clips underneath the front headlight. So you just need to softly wiggle the front bumper off and it will come off. Just be gentle, but you do have to force it off quite a bit because those screws or those clips are very strong.